Virtus.pro starting on the T side. Thank you, Dan.
Eventually I'll get bored of the bell, but it has yet to happen. Okay, so Virtus.pro starting on the T side, and Virtus.pro definitely well known for their T sides, that is theirs. So we'll have to see whether or not they can continue their strength that we saw yesterday. Again, it might have just been that NIP brings something special out of Virtus.pro. We shall have to wait and see. And here is Chris J. Look at him just standing there, so bold out in the open, able to get a couple kills there, or a kill at least for the team. But the Virtus.pro side are going to make their way onto the bomb site. Nonetheless, however, the bomb is dropped. It's in an awkward position here, and the CTs are all over this at the moment. Neo's going to go in against multiple players, no Kevlar, and he is certainly screwed. There's no HP on him, and he is going to get eliminated finally. So it looked kind of good initially, but that rotation from mousesports was so incredibly fast, because they were playing more of an A retake. And that's there you go. Virtus.pro just needed to get more kills in there more quickly.
Was it mousesports who hard countered Luminosity at the major on Cash when they put a player on upper A, looking at Squeaky and just like headshotting people?
I don't recall.
I want to say yes, but so it's nice to see that their standard is indeed the A retake. So they have the set strats when they need to, which is good since they had two coaches at the major. So Taz starting things off well in the eco for Virtus.pro. No Kevlar on almost any of these players, save for Neo, the man himself, the legend, one of the Counter-Strike legends. Still rocking pretty strongly today. Man down for both sides. Neo's picks up the rifle as well, and again, that armor's going to come in handy here. No aim punch for him. Nico, though, on the A site, putting in work. Speedy holding things down as well. Neo's gone down, as has the rifle, leaving Taz alone, requiring more one digs. If he can somehow take down Nico here, then he should be able to get a bomb plant, because Nico's the only man close to A. That said, Chris J is now coming over towards the car position. So B becomes the one-man hold. Although Chris J is going to be rotating backwards and forward, so Taz waiting for somebody to peek him. Nico's off angle, though. It's going to slow him down.
Yeah, Nico is playing it perfectly. But, I mean, Taz will be spotting there, but that's the cool thing, is that when Taz, like for example, if Nico's peeking in a way, or is it holding in a way where he can be seen from A main, Taz gets to take a shot and then gets to kind of fall back into cover for free. However, if Taz is in a position where he's got to go for a deeper peek to actually catch Nico, like we saw Nico's position there, and obviously Nico's forcing Taz to make a deeper peek to see him, then if Taz misses a shot, he can't fall back, so then he dies. So you can see that the smart positioning there from Nico. It's just these little things that really prevent edges from the opposing side, and that's always good to see, little touches. And now it's just going to be a full eco here for Virtus.pro. And what are they going to be able to accomplish here? They've used all their nades already. Through the door they'll go. Dennis should be able to get the spray down with his teammates, and there you go, a couple kills. There is number 3, and it is just a formality this round. 3-0 already for mousesports, and Virtus.pro now on a bye. It's going to be very cool to see how if, well, it's going to be cool to see if mousesports can deal with those two sides of Virtus.pro.
So VP only got 3 kills in those 3 rounds. 5 AKs for the side. You can see Neo throwing a smoke over towards Z connector. And that smoke is popping right in the middle of Nex's position. So he's left to try and get a bit of a lucky thing. Dennis holding things down from a short position for the time being. So it seems we have a mid. Execute coming in from Virtus.pro. 2-man boost at the very least. Could be a third, actually. And they will slowly emerge. There's no lurker towards B, and Chris J has already moved into an advanced position with Speedy holding a passive angle towards the vent. So yeah, Chris J could go even further, though it would be a bit of a risk. His angle probably won't be checked should Virtus.pro move in that position, but it seems like they're keen on A. Nico aggressive towards main as well, so mousesports with aggressive angles towards A and B, but not really any information as to where Virtus.pro might be going.
Yeah, that lack of info is definitely troublesome. However, mousesports do have quite skilled players to deal reactively with the situations that Virtus.pro shove at them, and that's one of the sort of skill sets of the CTs. Having information is great, but how can you play when you just get denied expertly by the Ts? And Stacks with that creep straight up highway. That is beautiful there. Surgical precision, killing 2 players.
Oh, wow.
And mousesports, I mean, they're kind of screwed no matter what they do right now, because if the B take happens, bomb goes down, they can't retake.
Well, look at the rotation. Chris J pushed through B towards A, and the other 2 players pushed up towards Car. So the B bomb site was completely abandoned. The rotation was perfect from Virtus.pro. mousesports find themselves with the turning circle of a tank, and it will cost him dearly. Although Nex has made it into a 2 versus 1 now. There's 2 kills for him. Ooh, gets a dink onto Neo through the shutter as well. There's nobody on the site. He's going to get flash as he moves in. He does have a kit, however, the bomb is indeed planted for vents where both the Virtus.pro players remain. Bit of poking going on, although they will wait for the defuse, and Nex will have little choice but to run away with it now.
The damage there from mousesports is actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the round where I was thinking, okay, mousesports, they realize that there's 5 players basically in B. They just got to give it up. But Chris J was able to get them a kill. Next, kind of edging on another frag, and all of a sudden, a 3 versus 1, and Next can kind of edge his way into a couple more frags. And that's kind of the power that mousesports has, I think, is that the skill individually on these players, it can always do damage. And then all it takes is just to win that 1 round, and that's where Virtus.pro are at right now. If they're able to lose this one, then they're in trouble. In fact, they have to reco straight away. So mousesports did a really good job despite losing that round. They've set themselves up now to crush the economy of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, so Nico puts Jay on the ops. Next 6 kills already, which is good. If he's fragging, then Virtus.pro may have a problem on their hands. And again, the aggression continues from mousesports. They don't want to allow Virtus.pro to do what they do very, very well. And they will try and impose match control upon them and dictate the pace. So Nico super aggressive towards A, and that's going to cause a rotation from mousesports away from the A site. That smoke over towards B allows VP to get close, and now Speedy finds himself in trouble. Flash at the back of the site as well. Snacks and Barley moving on his position, but that's a great flash from the CTs there. Almost 2 frags for Speedy, will just be the 1. The bomb site's in control of the Ts. Seems that this round may be over already. So Next should get a quick frag here. 2 versus 3. Can't get the second one, however. The dink does come in, but Nico's been spotted, and it's about survival for him now. 13 HP left.
I gotta say that Next actually looks pretty on at the moment. I mean, early in the match, we've seen some pretty good actions from him. So I'm actually afraid here for Virtus.pro, because we've not really seen Nico go off yet. We haven't really seen much from Nico, Chris J, and Next.
Nico's up there. I think he had equal kills actually.
Yeah, well, some of these clutch moments from Next have been impressing me, and it's good to see again. You know, if Next is playing well, as you can see, he's in quite well at the moment. Then it's going to be really cool to see how this matchup is going to go into this best of 3. I think we might well have a good match on our hands. I was afraid if mousesports didn't turn up individually, that they wouldn't be able to withstand Virtus.pro, but so far so good, and Virtus.pro will finally pick up that round. We've got 2 ops on them now. And here is the pop flash play. It is the mousesports economy which needs a little bit of taking care of as they go for this pistol play. And they can't get very much just yet. The Deagles are out, and they just want to keep the economy down of Virtus.pro. They're just trying to get a frag or 2 to just keep Virtus.pro honest moving into the forward rounds, and to prevent them from getting too carried away with themselves if they were to get a big economical lead. And you can see how Virtus.pro is playing their anti-eco here, just trying to keep it very, very chill at the moment. Taz finally trying to pursue Nico a little bit, but you can see, I love the discipline there from Taz. He knows that it's not worth it to push into the pistoler. Instead, he's going to make him come to him. So Taz played it well, and then the A player is going to come in, and they avoid the stack.
Yeah, that was a very simple but extremely effective bait from Taz as well, just suggesting runs away, then walks back and punishes the CT for trying to chase. The remaining CTs are over towards the B bomb site. Virtus.pro being very meticulous here as the bomb gets planted for main. So score should be tied up now. Mouse don't really have much to lose, save for Nex, who has his Kevlar.
One of the cool things about seeing Virtus.pro play around like this, and again, we're seeing this more and more, is that this kind of a round is the easiest round to be careless, because it's the kind of round where you can be the most loose, the most careless, the least disciplined, typically. But because you have such an inherent advantage, you're probably still going to win the round, or you should probably still win the round. But the difference between losing 1 player and losing 3 or 4 players is obviously quite massive. And that's something that does go overlooked a little bit by some teams. And we do get the 4x now. 4x versus 4x, but it's so weird to see 2 AWPs on the T side here in the hands of Snax and Neo. It's going to be tough for mousesports if they're going to be up against a pick-based style, which is likely.
Bit of run boosting going on for the mousesports side. I do wonder if Taz and Snax could hear that though, based on their positioning. But there's nobody in main for Virtus.pro, so it's information they'll have to sit on for the time being, as they don't have anybody to punish, should they be aware of the situation over there anyway. So mousesports have, they're kind of battling for mid, but I think we have Pasha creeping through the smoke here, so Nex might be a bit of a nasty surprise, but spots the player there somehow, and he goes down. So Barley's not checking up actually, and Nico's going to see his legs in a few more steps. So I'm guessing that Virtus.pro did not hear the run boost despite having 2 people close to Squeaky at the time.
That is a pretty GG position where it can be if they don't spot him, if there's a distraction and the flash is coming in a timely moment. Indeed they will. Nico with the free kill. Very flash player, and now they're all looking up towards the boost. They can't quite get it down here. Finally, nice. Nico goes down, but this is so awkward here for Neo versus 4 players with the AWP. And it's really not looking that good. He's perhaps just thinking, if I can get some extra damage in here, that would be good. And obviously, due to the fact that they won the last round very cleanly, losing only 1 player, they have a bye this round. Although, as you can see, imagine if they'd lost 2 players. Or then all of a sudden, this round is not really so winnable for them. But instead, it's just Taz who's on a Tech 9, and the rest of them have what resembles a 4x. So Virtus.pro reaping the rewards of a disciplined anti-eco previously. And now they will be up against double of Chris J and Nico. What a scary prospect. mousesports are doing well on their CT side as ever.
Yeah, no double ops on the CT side now. Double op on the T side is really interesting. It's kind of difficult, even with 1 person, to get into the best angles on Cash because they'll mostly be occupied by AWPers on the CT side. So having 2 AWPs, interesting. And ultimately, you lose 1 round and then the CT is going to get the big green guns. So I do wonder if it's favorable to just dispose of 1 and go for AKs. It's an interesting question. Well, one for another time, perhaps. It appears we have a wall of smoke in the mid area. And a Molotov forcing, I think that's Dennis out of the vent. There is a player over towards, well, lurking outside B, but there was no spray down of the exiting CT, it seems. So Virtus.pro with control of the mid area. We've got counter flashes coming in for the CT side, but they have no vision. Next, if Virtus.pro was a push, I think his position would be a 1 frag position. There's his 1 frag though. No answer from this from the T side. In fact, Dennis has taken down Neo, been traded however, and Pasha will be taken down by Chris J. So it's a 2 versus 4. So far so good for Mouse. They love Virtus.pro to take mid, but they haven't done much with it, although that might change now that Nex has gone down. And now moving to the B bomb site where Speedy is currently alone. Not sure if we just saw Taz moving to the fight quickly. Doesn't get the frag onto Speedy though. And that's the bomb, which means full rotation to the CT. Blind Barley will die. Slumps against the wall on the B bomb site. So good hold for mousesports. 3 people surviving, plus for their economy.
Yep, and they are having that strong CT side. I really think that their strength tends to be their CT sides, mousesports. From a lot of the matches that I've seen, most of the struggles that you would see would end up being on the T side, but it's always their CT sides that should save them if that is to be the case, and they end up being saved in the end. But it looks like Nico will get a bit of a challenge here, so we'll get to see some Nico action, although it will be just eco frags, which are very
Nico
delicious.
Anti-eco that.
Very delicious frag in here for Nico. That's the first kill, that's the bomb as well. And this shouldn't go too well here for the Virtus.pro side. They do actually take down Nico, so an AWP might be in the hands of someone. Bialy's going to pick that up. So more damage could in fact be done. This is a little bit annoying here for mousesports, who perhaps wanted that clean round. And now Bialy could make it a 1 versus 4, but instead Nex has to deliver a quad kill. And indeed, as we spoke about before, Nex is having quite a game right now. He's already on 15 frags after 9 rounds played. That is a lot of fragging that he's doing right now. Nex is exploding all over the place, and Virtus.pro are feeling that. Now, Virtus.pro back on the buy, but the utility is a little low this time.
Nex is on 15 frags at the moment. He is doing well for the side. 6-3 in favor of mousesports at the moment. The money is pretty terrible for both teams. Nico with an early peek towards A. How many would he see though? There are many more Virtus.pro players in that position. And they're not going for a fast punish though. Preemptive shot through the door. And Taz will wonder what the hell's going on. Ouch.
That was a solid shot through the door there. That was almost a headshot actually. Was it? Could it have been a headshot? I don't think so. It would have killed him.
It would have
right?
killed him. Even through the wall, it would have killed him.
Yeah. Damn, the AWP penetration is sick. Very, very sick.
So it seems Virtus.pro are committed to the A bomb site after all. We've got the flashes coming through. Nico's reposition misses a shot onto Pasha, and Dennis will die because of it. He is on the site now looking for people on the boost. And indeed, he will be receiving people in that direction, although he'll be taking their bullets as well. So 3 versus 3, the T's have the site, but a bomb needs to cross. Pasha starting to move now. Got good timing on the nades from the CTs. But Pasha will just about be able to get the bomb down regardless. Barley has been lost, as has Pasha, so it's down to Taz now. 24 HP, looking to flank these players. Can do a bit of a loop-the-loop through the smoke though if he dares to. Here's Chris J. Chris J goes down as well. Almost a clutch from Taz. 2 will be enough in terms of damage. Well, it'll be all. So Virtus.pro, we will see how much money they have in the hole. I believe Dennis has crashed. We might have a bit of a delay here. Should be back shortly. So Virtus.pro can keep the pressure up. They will be limited on the grenades here. And look at the money on mousesports. They will be good for the buy for the most part. We'll see how much money Dennis has when he returns. But again, if Virtus.pro can just get another round in the bag sooner rather than later, then they could motor up the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's quite interesting seeing Virtus.pro struggling right now against the CT side of mousesports. They're definitely going to need some more rounds here if they want to have a go at Cash. And you know, I was predicting the 2-0 due to the fact that Cash and Mirage are great maps for them, but right now it's Taz that's top fragging for Virtus.pro, having the best time, which is not as common. And we haven't seen any big plays here from anyone in particular. I mean, there was that 2-kill from Snacks when he sneaks up the highway and just kills both of the guys on A. But as far as individual performances, mousesports definitely outshining Virtus.pro at the moment, and that is really the position you need to be on when you do that, which is that CT side when you're up against Virtus.pro, because arguably they're more of a T-sided team and mousesports are more of a CT-sided team. So this dynamic should definitely put mousesports in a better spot considering how well they are doing right now. But there are more buy rounds to be played. This is still far from over. Virtus.pro could still win the half, for example. But again, the utility is low. They are playing a bit of a default right now, and mousesports playing a little bit aggressively there with Spitty. Bit of information there, spotting absolutely nobody towards B storage. But there are actually a bunch of players here, 2 or 3 around the area. Will they go towards B storage? So that's the case. Look how passive the positioning is from Virtus.pro. Still a minute left in the round, and they're still very passive. Looking finally for the delayed mid-take, but mousesports definitely should be wondering what's going on. They do have 2 players set up in checkers, so they should be strong to defend. But here you go, Spitty. He's got to be careful. If he gets picked off early here, he's in trouble, and he will go down, leaving 2 players on the B-bomb site now.
Things speeding up. Dennis unable to hold the vent from short. He will be taken down as well. Chris J coming in from the back, and he's got the bomb in his possession, trying to smoke it off. This could be a big problem. Through the smoke, Pasha will go down, and everyone's disappearing for the Virtus.pro side. It was a great start for them, but Chris J shut everything down from the back of the box. And mousesports again survive in reasonable numbers. 5-round lead now. Virtus.pro's chance to break them may have passed.
It feels like Chris J and Nex, or rather, actually specifically just Nex. I mean, he's still actually fragging.
Almost on 20 frags.
He's fragging a consistent rate.
Yeah.
It's 11 rounds, and he's almost 20 frags. Pretty crazy actually how well Nex is doing. Another eco for Virtus.pro. I mean, if mousesports are just hitting all these shots, what can you do? Going to have Dennis going down the middle there, but in comes Nico. Tap, tap, tap. Oh my goodness. I love the accuracy that you can get from crab walking. The crab walking accuracy is pretty sick.
crab walking. When someone's
really
crab
good.
walking with an AWP and peeks you and shoots you, it is the most annoying thing. It's ridiculous. It looks ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. It's tilting.
It's really good with the deagle as well. I mean, it's just accurate. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
as
yeah.
accurate as just standing still. It's insane. Which is really powerful with the deagle actually. I've got to say, in a lot of spots. I mean, just as you saw Nico there, the crab walking can be very powerful if used correctly.
I want to say it should have faster recovery and crouch. If I hit a standing meat shot with the deagle, I'll often crouch to hit the second one. Well, 3 AWPs. Again, we've got 2 AWPs on the Virtus.pro side, so they seem to be fancying this, and they will skimp on the grenades in order to get that. Although, again, unlike Adrenaline Cobblestone yesterday for Liquid, you definitely want your AWPers AWPing and not throwing nades. So, Snacks has taken Next down. He's been a problem for them, so that's a good start for him. Ooh, the cheeky peek. Trying to get Nico through the box, almost gets there, but not quite. Nico still playing high progressive, refusing to concede his position at the moment. Pasha's blind, but manages to escape. Double peeks are possible now, and Nico will continue to be a nuisance over towards A. Speedy taking down Barley in the boost. But generally speaking, mousesports have allowed Virtus.pro to have presence in mid, but Virtus.pro have been unable to do much of it. The short smoke is down, so mousesports will have little information as to what the T's are up to or how close they are to the A site. But Nico, again, holding main will be important.
Yeah, the double AWPs definitely hurt their mobility. And on a map like Cash, you could say that Virtus.pro's one of the mid-round strengths is their mobility and how dynamic they can play. But maybe Pasha just really wants the AWP today. Maybe he's just really feeling the AWP and he's just like, guys, I'm going to buy the AWP. And that's the end of that. Could be what it is. Of course, Snacks has been the dedicated AWPer recently, and we're going to see Chris actually whiffing a shot there. He's been pretty on point previously. However, that could cause issue right now as the bomb is going to be planted. So finally, it's been a while, but Virtus.pro putting themselves in what is a winnable position. But if you look at the CTs, they're not going to allow the Ts off the site right now, and there are no nades to really capitalize massively on the fact that the Ts are all standing together on the bomb site. But it's still pretty tough here because the TTs all coming in at once now from multiple angles. They know where these players are. They're going to have to hit the craziest AWP snaps here, and it's just not going to be possible. And that's a 3-man survival there for mousesports. So they're going to maintain the integrity of their money, and they're going to. They're slowly but surely looking like they're just crushing Virtus.pro here. I mean, I would be very surprised if Virtus.pro would be able to get 10 rounds on their CT side against mousesports. That would surprise me. Obviously, it comes down to the pistol round and various factors like that, but I think it's going to be tough here for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, double AWPs on the CT. Double AWP hold with a man disadvantage on this, all stuck on the site is always going to be extremely difficult. Nico again continuing to be a one-man army and a massive nuisance for the Virtus.pro side. Just continuing to mix it up, almost like a B-lurker in a fashion where he's just irritating the T side and stopping them from doing what they want to. A man down for both teams. Again, mid is in control of the Ts while there's a fight going on through the smoke for the A site. Then it's coming through the smoke itself. All the frags going the way of the CTs. Bombs down as well. Nothing is going the way of Virtus.pro right now. Has alone. 2 more to find, Nico and Chris J. We've got one coming in from the flank on the car position. See if Taz can get the one shot quick enough. You can see Chris J in that area. Nico though.
Ooh.
Ever the nuisance from the beginning of the round to the end. 11-3 for mousesports.
Yeah, this is looking really, really nice here for mousesports. They are getting it done. Now, I've got to say, out of all the teams in the top 8, I think mousesports are probably my least favorite from the perspective of just how they play their T size. But the thing is that it's just undeniable how good, like individually, some of these players are. It is undeniable. And you're kind of seeing it coming into play right now, especially with Next having such a strong start to this game. And it feels like everything is going the way of mousesports right now. Dennis with a nice pickup there right at the beginning. It looks like Virtus.pro, they're just trying to bust their way into this mid area, but not doing so with perhaps the correct amount of pop flashes. Perhaps they just really didn't anticipate that mousesports would play 2 men close here, and the boost is going to come in. Are they ready for this? They're going to try to boost themselves. Dennis should have the edge right now. Oh, but Pasha peeking over, just spotting Dennis. Dennis's timing not quite perfect in that situation, but Virtus.pro now, I'm wondering if this double AWP approach has kind of hurt them in the long run here, because a lot of rounds where they were heavily invested in picks, and now you got Nico able to get the 1 versus 1 versus 1, and there is the third one, and he's going to pick up all of them. And of course he does. He's got the fire and the smoke to help him as well. And another shutdown there from mousesports. Nico and XC doing a great job there, but it looks like Virtus.pro, in that round at least, their coordination was just not nearly as good as we have seen it.
Yeah. But again, credit to the sheer aggression we saw from mousesports, not playing passively. Nico's occupation of the A main area on his own with no help from anybody was pretty impressive. And again, he was varying it up as well, playing all the way in main with smokes, flashes, or around the smokes at the front of it, putting Molotovs in, making life difficult as much as possible for the CTs. And look at the effect. And you had the aggression from Chris Shaver towards B as well. They chose to abandon mid when Virtus.pro showed aggression there most of the time, but then mixing it up at the end. So mousesports with a great half versus Virtus.pro there. I think
that mousesports are frustrating Virtus.pro. I think that's a lot of it as well on that T side, leading to some of the mistakes that Virtus.pro are making. I think that's just the fact that they are feeling like they can't get some of these situations to go their way, which they feel like should be going their way. mousesports have been super on top of the info as well. And here you go. This case, you can see really why mousesports have chosen it. It is working out a treat. And what is this? Deagle on the pistol round, just Nico things. He will go down. That's unfortunate there, leading the peaks with that Deagle. And it's going to be next, though, that will pick up the kill and B storage to try to start to even things up a little bit for the T side of mousesports. And if they win this pistol, which is looking increasingly unlikely, then Virtus.pro are sort of screwed on map 1. And here goes next against multiple players. At this point, I wouldn't count him out, but he will be shut down by the progressive peaks of the Virtus.pro side.
Virtus.pro.
I said Vitus. What does that even mean? Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro. So they will pick up that pistol, but can they be able to take the force bite away from mousesports? Again, I feel like nothing is guaranteed right now for Virtus.pro until they start to get some confidence, string some rounds together, because it's all about the mousesports right now, and they will go for the set piece on A rather. It looks like I'm not having a good time of it either so far today on the first game. Set piece on A, 3 players here to defend though, 2 on the site, 1 fast rotation from highway.
Well, they will all move in, but how will they get through to the quad position? They still have some flashbangs, so I'm expecting some coordination. Again, Taz, he's playing a kind of smoke trick, it seems. More on that later, as they say in the news. There's Molotovs on the site as well, and Bialy's being flanked finally by mousesports. There is an M4 onto Chris J now, and he has Kevlar full health as well. Got 2 kills already. There is a player in main to find. Things slowing down now. Snacks has got to be careful. They've only got UMP and an MP9. The MP9's gone down. Neo was the big health guy for the team. Snacks with 12 HP versus 2. Spiddy might even be able to get a better gun. Got an MP9 for now. No armor. Chris J planting the bomb. Spiddy's on the high ground, so this is going to be super hard for Snacks.
Yeah, no kidding. No nades, no kit. Oh, what is this? There must be a kit on the site, but yeah. I hesitate to say there's no recovery from this.
There shouldn't be.
This should have been, a round where they win. Okay, maybe they take, they lose 3 guys, maybe 4 guys. But to lose the round straight up, that is brutal, because that's weapons that can be picked up and have been picked up. And Chris J, he's been getting a lot of smoke kills. I don't know if you saw that second kill from quad where he kills the first guy, and then just before he picks up the M4, I'll just fire 1 bullet through the smoke. Oh yes, I'll get the kill here as well.
Speaking of smoke kills, if we go back to yesterday when Virtus.pro played NIP, and there was a push where NIP pushed into A with a flash through a smoke and had 2 players looking for Bialy, and Taz was standing on top of red. It appears that he has some kind of smoke trick he's using there to hide in the smoke, and then he's just emerging, looking over at everybody and sentencing them all to death. Didn't work out on this occasion, but now we have a better idea of the hard counter that came into NIP yesterday.
Yeah. Indeed.
So this is a terrible, undesirable for Virtus.pro Eco in this round. Ooh, bit of a pop onto Dennis, down to 40 HP, but Pasha has been eliminated. And again, those sandbags, you have to get that Molotov down. You saw Nico got taken out in the pistol round from that position. Because if you hide in the corner, you can't see through the side of the sandbag if somebody is there or not. You can see through the middle, but again, if they're in the corner, then they will be undetected. So far, so good for the mousesports side. Again, this is a hard eco from Virtus.pro. Snacks will want to save on to what will want to hold on to what he has. Other than that, we do not expect much here from the Virtus.pro side. He's been patient with the fire there, but Nico is almost indestructible, Dan, it seems, at the moment.
Yeah, and everyone from mousesports, they just seem to be really powered up right now, and perhaps just, you know, feeling like this is just their series to take. And maybe they're not wrong. I mean, I definitely felt Virtus.pro favored after the performance yesterday, but maybe it really was, you know, to some extent. It was a good day for them, and that matchup against NIP is just a much better matchup for them than versus mousesports. I think that's very possible too. Although one thing I'll say about mousesports is their map pool is definitely not as deep as NIP. That's the way that Virtus.pro can take this series, is if it goes to a lot of maps, I think. But Virtus.pro right now, they need to recover from perhaps some of the frustrations that they're being put under by mousesports. Mousesports looking like they're about to go to map point here. And I mean, what is there to stop them? Virtus.pro, they've got a very weak Pasha, pistol on Neo. It is a 5-7 though. And mousesports are playing a passive round right now, you know, trying to apply the anti-eco methodologies, keep it safe to begin with. But this is kind of the timing now with about minute 10 left where teams do start to make a move towards some map control or a bomb site itself for the plants. And here it is. Look at the, are they going to go for middle or is it going to be B? They still have a guy on B storage and one in near Squeaky, so both options are available and they keep walking backwards and forwards. It's like, is it going to be A or is it going to be B? Looks like, could it be mids? We will get the nays into mid now. 35 seconds. They have to be careful about the time right now. They're taking a really long time here, James. I'm actually worried about their time.
Yeah, they are indeed running down the clock as much as possible. And that's the bomb was going to go through mid, but it's now rotating towards B bomb site. 20 seconds left, and they are still yet to even breach mid on this split. So now they start to come in. The counter flashes will slow them down. 15 seconds left on the clock. Have they given themselves enough time here to make exception for error? Less than 10 seconds left, and the bomb should go down, but Snacks is forcing his way through. Doesn't see the bomb in the corner, though, and Nico will just about get it down. mousesports literally playing with fire there, but surviving with 4 plays intact to just the one. Bayali alone in mid.
Yeah, that is definitely a mistake to burn that much time so needlessly, right? I mean, imagine, right, if either Snacks, I think it was Snacks, are running through the smoke. If he gets the kill there, the bomb doesn't get planted. Or if on the cross, he's just spraying through the smoke and you get a kill and then adds another second or two. There's so many things that can go wrong. There's so many things that can go wrong. And we've seen that happen so many times. And in fact, it was the very last best of 3 we had this morning, which was TSM versus Liquid, where that's how the round was lost, actually. Again, I think it was, it would have been TSM who would have played a really slow round. And then we're like, oh God, we've run out of time. Better rush this, and you know, you lose on time. And the thing is that we don't have access to the comms. That's the problem. So we don't know if it's just indecision or if that's their plan is to try to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, but imagine like when you see all reactions at Malmo. That's how it is.
Well, last chance saloon for Virtus.pro. They have the run boost coming in for Bayali. And again, mousesports with a slow round.
Wow.
What is that from Chris J? He is all about the smoke kills at the moment.
That's not cool. That ain't cool. Wow.
That is a pretty sick kill.
I don't.
That's actually one of the rarer kills where you judge someone's position. That's pretty sick.
It is an amazing guess from
He's always been about the wall bangs, though.
Yeah, it's a very good guess. And it does feel to some extent that mousesports are quite comfortable with how Virtus.pro play this map. You know, we've seen some great guesswork here and there by them. And I'm really looking forward to Mirage now. I'm kind of assuming that mousesports win this round, so I shouldn't do that. So I apologize. Got Viali in a great position too. We saw him do mad work here versus NIP, getting a really critical triple frag situation to win what looked like an unwinnable round for his team. And it's going to go 3 versus 4 now in favor of the Poles. They have managed to garner some advantage back into this round, but it is looking quite grim in the grand scheme of things. But perhaps they can fight back tooth and nail. And the caps come in and Chris J will fall. So it's going to be next to make the frag and the round to be won. 16-4. Somewhat of a crazy game, to be honest.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid performance by mousesports. I mean, I think that was quite a surprise just how dominant it was in terms of score. But again, they didn't allow Virtus.pro to impose their will. They dictated the pace of the rounds, even when they were on the CT side. Again, you saw insane aggression from Nico towards main, Chris J towards B, just from the get-go. And the way they played mid allowed Virtus.pro to take it on occasion, but they weren't able to do anything with it.
No, and I made a mistake. It is Train next, the decider is Mirage. So that makes a lot more sense, to be honest, because Train is going to be better map for Virtus.pro against mousesports than Mirage. So yeah, I mean, Nex, Nico, and Chris J are all going off right now.
It's a very good sign for mousesports.
What more do you want? That's always been the criteria for them to win against any of the teams in the world, are the best teams.
Indeed. So Train is the next map, and we will be going into that very shortly. We will see you after the break with map 2 of this